All right, for this picture, we're going to look more at space and form together. So we're going to use this lovely little app called Matter, and this will be a refresher on Matter since I talked about it in class. And Matter is a lot of fun because it lets you use a three-dimensional form with a flat image that you've made. And there's just some wonderful things that you can do with that. So there's already an image up there with a Matter picture in it. I'm going to choose this abstract, simple abstract form to change. And then you have different sizes here that you can play with. You've got 1-on-1, 5-4, 3-2, 16:9. I'll just leave it like it is. And I'll click the check mark in the bottom corner. And right away, you see that with the background, I've got different forms, and it tells you which form it is. That one's a polygon, polygon fire, 4. Here's one with really rectangle squares in it, and I like that a lot. And I can take my fingers now and I can move those rectangles around. And what's really interesting about this is that the light is changing depending on where the light and the shadow of the camera are within the app. So it has its own built-in camera with this form. And so it's taking on the background and the reflection of it at the same time. So that's one to consider. See, the spiral is kind of interesting. It's not doing anything really good to the design, but it's interesting. There's a grid. Here's a really triangular shape one that I'm not in love with any of them, that they're not exciting me all that much. So I can just keep playing and turning with. That right there is a little bit better. That besides the shapes that are here, then you've got these tools that you can use up across here. So you can move and rotate them and change the dimension, change the transparency of it, all of those things. There's the objects, here's the style, and you can change the style as well. So it's becoming a grid there. It's coming a transparent shape, a solid shape, a mirrored shape, a wrapped shape. And wrap would be kind of interesting if the background isn't too loud so that it will contrast and take away from it. That if you're just playing it as an image, that you can also play with the shadow and make the shadow much darker, much bigger by sliding that back and forth. Slider. There the shadow becomes a line, so this becomes more and more abstract there as well. So you just have to decide which one you think will be the most interesting of the pieces that you want. And again, you can always change it up another time. And that one looks okay. Let's look at what color choices I can make here. That they're with purple, and I have a completely different piece, perhaps a more interesting piece than when I started. So I'll go click there, reflect it one more time. I think just for fun we will go with, no, this one I kind of like, the transparent. But you see all the different things you can do, adding line and everything in, wire, dots. And then when you get the one you want, then once again you're going to look for an out button, which is in this corner. You see that you can actually make a video with it. It can show the different things that you've moved around, as well as exporting it as a picture. And I'm just going to click save, which will save that to my photo gallery. And that's a wrap for my video on making this one. So I'm going